We are here, and I am Mike Sandberg from FamilySearch, and I am excited to talk today with my beautiful wife and her sisters about the importance of connecting here in the 21st century. And we're going to talk about tools to help us connect. And we've discovered some new tools as a family this last year. And so I wanted to spend a little time sharing what we've learned as a family about new ways to connect. Why don't you all introduce yourself? Kate, go first.
Hi, I'm Kate Niederfelser. I'm Jen's sister. I have 4 boys ranging in ages from 24 to 15. And
You live in Kaysville, Utah?
I live in Kaysville, Utah. I teach preschool, and I love spending time with my family and sisters.
Perfect. Emily.
So my name's Emily Arrington. I have 3 kids, a 20-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 12-year-old. And I live in Farmington, Utah, and I love spending time with my family and my sisters. And Mike's been great helping us get all this set up and really connect as a family.
Thanks, Emily. Want to say anything?
Yeah, I'm Jen, Mike's wife. As he said, we have 3 kids. Our oldest is 20. Our youngest is 13. They're all boys. We have a very exciting, fun life with them. And I too enjoy spending time with my family. It's some of our best memories we make over the year. And sharing these memories and looking back is one of the highlights. So I'm happy we can share this.
Yeah, and I just want to point out how they all talked about how they love sharing time with their family. And that's one of the things I've really come to appreciate about being an adopted member in the Page clan is they just really love their family. There's such a deep and abiding love in this family, and I feel it all the time when we're together. So it's a blessing for me to be part of this family. Okay, let's talk about some tools. The first one we wanted to talk today about was Google Photo albums, how you can share those. And this is just something we started doing about maybe a year ago. I think the first one we really did was for your mom's birthday, right? It was her 80th birthday, and we were all going up to a restaurant to have dinner. Your dad paid for that. We all went up to this really nice dinner, and we decided to create a Google shared album and share all those photos. So let me just pull that up. I'm going to share my screen for a second. What do you guys remember about that day while I pull this up? Kate, what do you remember about that dinner?
I just remember being all together. It was really the first time we had just had a missionary return home. My son Jack had just gotten back from France. And so we hadn't all been together for an extended period in a long time, in 2 years. And so I just remember feeling how fun it was to be all together and the excitement. For us, a family of 4 boys, we don't often take them to really nice places. And so they were really excited. They were excited to go to this fancy restaurant, and everyone was dressed up, and we had talked a lot about it, and Mom was really excited. And it was just the joy was palpable that day.
Yeah, it was awesome. And you can see here, when you set up one of these albums, you can invite lots of different people to contribute. We did that, and everyone just started throwing in their photos either during the event or after the event. So we have a really nice memory that we can go back and look at these shared memories out in this Google album. You can see your brother Matt's contributed, our niece Maddie has contributed. There's views of the dinner. Tell me, Emily, why do these albums work for you? What problems does it solve that maybe were challenging in the past?
So I am the family picture taker, or I have been for years. And it's kind of been a joke with my nephews. And always at events like this, or like family vacations, I felt like it was always my job to capture everything. And I love now that it's not just me. Everyone's taking pictures and dropping them in here. And then if I go to pull it into a book, it's easy for me that it's all in one place. And then I can use that to pull together to make a book. And so it makes family events more enjoyable. And also I love people are taking different shots than I would take. So it's a different perspective on the same activity. And I loved that. It's made my job in the family, I feel like, a lot easier and more enjoyable.
And I would like to say, I am the family not picture taker. I am with the boys saying, oh, do we have to take another picture? But I love looking at the albums, and I love being able to share in it, because I don't think to take the picture, but I love looking at the pictures. So it also gives me a way to remember things. Maybe I'll take 1 or 2 pictures, but seeing all these pictures makes me just brings back the memory and makes me feel a part of it, and makes me able to share that with my kids. more than I would be able to with just my photography skills.
Yeah. Kate, any thoughts?
Oh, I think that's great. I love that it takes the pressure off as a mom, as an aunt, as a participant, that I don't have to feel like, oh, I missed this. Because I know one of these, someone in our family is, we're all taking pictures and loading them onto things. And so someone's going to have something that I might have missed.
Yeah.
For me, that's a real blessing.
Yeah, it just makes it super easy. Everyone can contribute and you don't have to do it in the moment. You can do it after the fact. And so, you know, you'll see like from some of these events, I think when we went to Disneyland right before the pandemic hit, you know, we had that event, I think ended up getting over 500 photos this Disneyland last year, like 500 photos from all these different people. So again, just great memories and everyone contributes. And I found it to be super easy. It solved a lot of problems for our family.
That's another thing that I really like about it is, as you could tell from my non-picture taking stuff, I hated it when it was like, okay, take the picture. Okay, we have to take 10 pictures. Everyone has to take the picture with their camera, or we have to take time to share it all. With this, everyone just uploads it and we're done. It makes it quick, easy. We get all the pictures. I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to our next tool, which is WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is a messaging tool. And Kate, I think you've been a big fan of this. Talk about why you like WhatsApp.
I love WhatsApp. I would say it's probably one of my top 10 blessings of 2020. Because we had a group message on our iPhone, on our phones, but some of us are Android and some of us are Apple, and it wasn't working well. And Mike and Jen kept saying, let's try WhatsApp, let's try WhatsApp. And everybody was kind of dragging their feet. And Mike would make a group and half the people, mostly the teenagers, would leave, and then we wouldn't have, so finally we all kind of committed to it. And I thought it was funny that at first all the teenagers kind of left. We started sending stuff and they left. Well, then slowly, as we started to share funny things and people's daily lives, we kept getting these requests from our older kids that they wanted back in. And I love that one of the teenagers named it, it was Mike and Jensen named it Super Dope Related People. And so now everyone will be like, oh, check Super Dope. Oh, it's in Super Dope. And I just love it's become part of our family language now. You know, it's part of where we go to share great things and sad things. And you've seen that in our teenagers. They'll post something on there that's made them really happy. And sometimes they post something on there that was challenging for them. And had we not done that, we would have missed all of that.
Yeah, especially last year during the pandemic, right? When for months we were not able to connect. And that's such a big part of our family culture, is to be together, that in a small way, I feel like WhatsApp filled a void for us.
Huge.
For sure. I feel like every time I go on there, it brings a smile to my face. For just some random thing. Usually it's not, it's things that would be missed if we weren't communicating in that way, right? Even if we were all getting together pre-pandemic time, we wouldn't have seen the Pancake Contest. We wouldn't have seen, you know, maybe Grace's shot or things that come up on this. So it's a great, even when we are together a lot, it's a great way to stay in touch. And I love when my dad, who's 80 years old, when he comments, it's just so funny. You know that he's enjoying it and participating like the rest of us. So we have from 80-year-old down to 12-year-old who participate in this, and it's really fun.
Yeah.
And he loves it. Like he said to me before, I love it when people post things on that. One other thing I want to say about it is it's so fun to get to know these little personalities of Jen and Mike's 12, almost 13, or he's 13 maybe. Anyway, he posts the funniest things, like hilarious. And we would never see that side of him without this. And it's a safe environment. So he knows, you know, we can post it and we'll all think it's funny. And it's been so, I feel closer to him now because of these sweet little hilarious things that he posts. I love it. I just love it.
It's really awesome.
Let me show you a sample of that. So you can, on WhatsApp, you can put it on your phone. That's where it natively lives, but there's also a desktop version. So I'm just going to show you some things from the desktop version.
Well, and I love that it connects the 27-year-old family member, teenager, with the 12-year-old. You know, all of a sudden she's commenting about Pete's stuff, and what a great boost that is to all of their self-esteems. Hey, Maddie cares about what I just posted. She thought that was funny. Or
Right. I think it's so incredible. And we were resistant at first. There was a lot of resistance.
Yes, we
And
were.
so we just want to say, if you get resistance and you're trying to set it up in your family, be persistent, get a great name like we got. And
So what's going on here? This is the Pancake Contest, right, Kate? Or what was it?
So it started with some of our college kids, and they all just started making these giant pancakes and sending it in super dope related people about whose could be bigger. So they put their hand there to show how giant. And you can see, the teenagers like, oh man, dang you, yours is so giant, and checkmate. And it was just really fun to see this whole conversation thing going on from college people, from people who fought so hard that they didn't want to be in super dope related people. And now they're posting stuff there every day.
And Emily, you had a memory about something with Grace, right? Where I think it was we had a little video that was posted of her taking a basketball shot. Why was this meaningful
so
to
she
you?
plays basketball in high school, and of course no one can come because of COVID. And so I put a shot that she made, and it kind of makes me teary because everyone, commented, oh, hey, great job. And then her uncle, our brother, who we don't see as often, but who is a great member of our family, and we love him, but he just doesn't come around as often. He commented on it, and that meant so much to Grace. She was like, oh my heck, I got a comment from Uncle Matt, and I thought it reaches everyone, and it meant a lot to her. She was like, wow, that was so awesome. And it meant a lot to me that he has a forum that he just feels comfortable. He can hop on and be a part of the nieces and nephews' lives. And I just think it reaches out to everyone in the family in ways that you might not expect.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that too. And just seeing everyone's personality show up. I think you guys talked today about, just this morning, we were looking before this meeting started about some of the things that were posted just today. And there was a picture, I think Pete put some kind of random picture out here about.
Oh, yeah, it's hilarious.
This. He says, I don't know what it is, but I like it. Right?
So that 13-year-old humor, I love it.
I know, Mike, I wondered if you could share that quote book that we posted of Dad's. It was in December
of last year.
It was, I'm trying to see the date. It was in November. So our dad keeps this quote book where he writes quotes that he thinks are important. And I was there doing something, and he's like, oh, I have something that I need you to share with everyone. And I'm like, okay. And so he went and got this quote book and asked me to take a picture of it because he didn't know what it was like.
You know what the date was?
It was November 11th.
Okay.
And I just thought even our 81-year-old dad realizes this is a way that he can share things that are important to him. Right. Yeah. Right here. And what a treasure it is to our kids to see, okay, here's Grandpa's little quote book of things that he thinks are really important.
Oh, I love this. There's no comfort in growth, and there is no growth in comfort. Perfect.
And something about seeing it in his little writing is so touching.
Right?
And his little notebook.
With his little quote book that he's written things in. And I just thought it was cute that I was leaving and he's like, hey, how can I get this to everyone in the app? And I'm like, super easy, Dad. And we took a picture of it and sent it. And so, we would have missed out on all this great stuff.
And again, it's a great way for him, who's been horribly isolated during this period, to just connect with all of his grandkids, right? And share something that's really personal and meaningful, and just kind of an uplift to your day, a way for Grandpa to connect with the kids.
Well,
and I think too, it's a great way, like Kate was saying, to get it out to everyone, that's worked better for us on like group messaging or something where, in the hard times, hey, this missionary is struggling, let's pray for him. Or, our aunt who's been ill, hey, she's really struggling. Let's, just everyone be aware. And it's been a great, it's for all things. And I also love that it's a record. Right now we can go through and look, oh, hey, where was that pancake picture? Where? And it tells a fun story. It really does.
It does. I love that. And that's a good thought just to end on. I'll give you one other, anything else anyone want to say about this, but just a thought I leave you with is, you know, a lot of times people think family history is like looking back way in the past, but the reality is like today's story is tomorrow's history, right? So these kinds of tools capture today's story in ways that later are going to be super meaningful. And that's one of the things I love it. It's like real-time family history. Any other thoughts?
I just really love that it does, like Emily said, cover everything. There's spiritual things on there. There's funny things on there. There's random things on there. And if it were any one of those things, it would be good. But because it's all of those things, it's great.
Perfect. Kate, Emily?
I just love that everyone contributes. I mean, we were also skeptics. So any of those skeptic people, that was us. We were like, oh my gosh, another family history thing from Mike. I was just, that's so funny on my phone. A message just came in from Super Dope, someone commenting on Peter's. But I just think we can all do it, and we were so skeptic, like I said, and the kids, all the teenagers left. And now they all wanted to come back, and that my dad can post, that the 12-year-olds post, that the sisters post, that the uncle posts. I mean, this is, and I love just what Mike said, that today's story is tomorrow's history. What was that? History. That was awesome. And so, yeah, for those skeptic people, that was me, and I'm converted. So give it a try.
Awesome. Any other thoughts, Kate?
I just mirror what you guys said. It really is some days the highlight of my day. It is funny. It's funny to log on and see what other kids are saying and see what each other is saying, or share our grief, or share our joys. And it really brightens your day. And when we can't be together and we feel so isolated, it's this little tiny bit of uniting us that has kept us together. And it's really, really fun. Like even my son, who's now on a mission, is like, yeah, I kind of miss Super Dope. I'm like, I know, who would have guessed that you would miss this? So it's been a great thing. And thank you, Mike, for dragging us all kicking and screaming, because it's been a blessing. We've loved it.
Well, it's been a joy. And I love it. It helps me feel close and connected to the family when we can't be together. And so thank you for helping us push it forward with the kids and with Grandpa and everyone. It's been a great experience. There's other things that we are covering in our Connect series. This has just been one of the many series, one of many sessions. There's a whole other session on Zoom meetings, so that look for the related videos in the link below to see that session. And thanks again, everyone, for joining me today. Really appreciate it.
Welcome.
We'll see you.
Bye.
Thank you.